Hey everybody, Mr. the Fanboy here. It's time for your review of TNA, the January 23rd edition of Impact, which is TNA Genesis Night 2. I must say this was an awesome show as I expected. Really wasn't paying attention to the beginning of the show. I was making a chicken pot pie when they was talking, but I heard Sting and Magnus going back and forth, and I think Sting here revealed that Samoa Joe will be in his corner later tonight because I heard Samoa Joe come out and pretty much clean house. Um then after then there was, of course, I remember seeing a promo of the American Wolves, which I did not like. I do not like the American Wolves in TNA. I think both Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards are both overrated vanilla midgets and they don't belong in TNA. But I will be giving my thoughts on that in another video. But continuing from in this review, the first match of the night was James Storm versus Gunner for the TNA briefcase. For the TNA briefcase, of course, the build up to this goes back to Feast or Fire, where Gunner, of course, pushed James Storm out of the way and grabbed the heavyweight title shot briefcase, and James Storm dared him and said he doesn't think he could do it again, and that he didn't think he could qualify. He didn't think he could obtain the case if we were to hang it up again. So that led to this match, and this was a pretty good match. I thought they had a better match a couple of weeks ago, but this was a pretty good match to start the show. Gunner defeats James Storm to retain the briefcase. Nothing special here. The only thing special is the end. James Storm, of course, was extremely pissed. Even though he congratulated Gunner, he was extremely pissed off. And of course, I think he's teasing a future heel turn. Next match of the night. Of course, next is a segment between Dixie Carter and Rockstar Spud, and of course, Rockstar Spud has to wrestle Samoa Joe tonight, much to his discomfort. Of course, then the next match of the night that I was looking forward to was Austin Aries versus Chris Sabin for Chris Sabin's X Division title with Velvet Sky inside a cage, so Chris Sabin can't use her to his advantage. This was an awesome match. Both of these men have great chemistry. It is always an awesome match when these two guys wrestle. Earlier in the show, Chris Sabin sent Velvet Sky a apology package and a present with a weapon, with a teddy bear and a weapon inside. In this match, I actually expected Velvet Sky to turn heel. Of course, she will reveal that the whole thing between him and Sabin, that all of this was a ruse and that she was helping Sabin to retain her title. But no, surprisingly, Velvet Sky remained a face, and when Sabin tried to cheat by using the what's-his-name, Velvet Sky gave him the present with a teddy bear inside, and later Austin Aries took advantage, and after a couple more minutes of wrestling, finally hit the brain buster for the 1, 2, 3, and it was over. Austin Aries, new X Division Championship. I expect the Velvet Sky to turn heel and help Sabin retain his X Division Championship. Like I said, awesome match here. Next match of the night was Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode inside a steel cage with Kurt Angle's Hall of Fame induction and I think career on the line. Love it when these two guys wrestle. This was an awesome cage match. Both men brought their A game tonight and went out there and just stole the show. Kurt Angle barely wins by narrowly escaping the cage, so he gets his Hall of Fame induction and gets to keep his career in TNA. Of course, next match of the night was Samoa Joe and Rockstar Spud. This really wasn't a match. I turned away a couple of seconds and it was already over with the Kakita clutch. This match served its purpose. It was Samoa Joe eliminating a member of Dixieland so he could help Sting tonight. Then after the match, he cut a promo to the roar of the crowd about how anyone who wants to interfere in the match between Sting tonight will have to go through him. That leads us to our of course, then there's another segment with, of course, with the bromance, Ion, Ion, Jesse, Jesse, and what's the guy's name? Robbie E. bullying Eric Young, and into the roar of the crowd, Abyss comes out and cleans house. Really wasn't paying attention during this segment either. Right? It was cool seeing Joseph Parker's Abyss again. That was freaking awesome. The main event of the night. The main event was Magnus and Sting versus career versus title. If Sting wins, he gets Sting. Of course, if Sting wins, he's TNA champion. If he loses, he's out of TNA. This was an awesome match. I love the Sting and Magnus's matches. This was an awesome match. They both started off wrestling traditionally, which I love tonight. All the wrestlers were doing that tonight. Of course, the members of Dixieland interfered. Samoa Joe managed to take some of them, but they eventually overwhelmed him. And then they eventually overwhelmed Sting too. Kurt Angle came in. He briefly was able to take out members of the Bromance, and Kazarian with an Angle slam, but then they eventually manhandled and beat the crap out of him too. And Magnus, after several more members interfere, finally hit the power driver, finally hit the scoop slam into power driver for the 1, 2, 3, and of course the show ended with Dixie coming in, waving Sting's contract around, helping Magnus up, and then ripped his contract up. So now Sting is out of TNA. I wonder what they're going here, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on Sting signing with the WWE. If that's true, what I would like to see if he does go to WWE. But like I said, this was an awesome episode of Impact, just like last week. TNA, despite their problems with money and of course keeping talent, they still managed, in my opinion, to put on entertaining shows. All right, Mr. the Fanboy out.